everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, we are working on this room makeover again. This time we are going to be working on trim work, hanging up the new door, and I'm also going to get started on a few DIY projects for the space. So if you are new here and you missed part 1, 2, 3, and 4, I will have those videos linked below. I just want to thank you so much for clicking on today's video, and I really hope you enjoy seeing some more progress being made. First thing we are going to start on is replacing this door. This is the one that was in there before, and then I found this one from Facebook Marketplace for $50. It was just a tad too long, so we did have to cut it down just a little bit, and I mean my husband, so I'm super thankful. He helps me out a lot with projects like these. Come here, baby. Hi. Holy mackerel!
See that?
I did it! I don't know what it is, but why are you looking at me? I can't do nothing about a bug, babe. He's back. I don't know why, but he's back. It's on your ear. Boom. Oh, wow. We almost didn't get to the hollow part of the door, but we did. See how they put stuff in there? It's okay, though. That'll be fine. Hopefully that works. Other way, honey. Turn it around.
What?
Turn it around. I think we cut it too short. Oh, okay. No, it'll be perfect. Okay, cool. Now we just need to mark where our hinges go. Are those hinges in a good spot? Some of those are long. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start taping down the floor. In last week's video, I put all the tape down and I laid out the vinyl flooring, but I never taped it because I really wanted to make sure that the vinyl had time to flatten itself out and get all the wrinkles out of it. And I think this really worked in my favor, so I highly recommend doing that, making sure that your vinyl flooring has time to flatten out. I feel like the floor just looks a lot nicer today than it did the previous week when I had first rolled it out. Right here by the door, you can see I have a few extra pieces of tape, and that is just to make sure that this high traffic area stays in place. It did recommend that on the back of the tape package. I will have this tape linked below if you are interested. I did purchase mine at Lowe's, and it was about $8 for a roll, and that roll did the entire bedroom with no problems. And something I forgot to mention in my last video was that this vinyl flooring is really great and affordable option, but always keep in mind that flooring that is cheaper is not as durable sometimes. And although they look really pretty, they are delicate, so it's one of those types of materials where you can't slide a piece of heavy furniture across or a bed, anything like that. You definitely want to use furniture sliders or have someone help you lift and carry your furniture into the room. And now that I'm done with all the flooring, like laying or taping it all down, I'm going to go ahead and get started on the trim work. My husband was helping me cut and place everything, and then I was going around nailing it up. This part we did really easily and quickly, and the trim that I'm using right here was given to me for free. My dad actually just redid an entire home and just finished up trim work, so he had some left over. So I was very thankful I was able to snag this for free because trim is so pricey. You would think it'd be like super cheap because it's such a thin board, but it is expensive. And it may be expensive, but baseboards make a world of a difference in this space. It just completes it. So it is worth it to splurge a little bit on that. And if you have flooring that you're finishing, definitely recommend, adding that to the budget. After finishing up the thicker baseboards, we decided to hold off on the quarter round trim until my dad came up to help us out because he had the right saw with him. We didn't bring our table saw with us that cuts better angles, so he was already coming up here and he already had the whole setup, so he helped me finish it off. And it was really funny because my dad has been doing this for so many years. He knows what he's doing. He's super good with this kind of stuff. And we kept messing up. He started blaming it on me. He's like, "You're messing up my my measurements." And I'm like, "No, you told me to write down the number and I wrote it down. And what happens after that is your fault." But it was super funny because he's like, "I've been doing this all day and I haven't messed up once until I come up here." But anyway, it was just a fun time. We had a blast. We were cracking jokes and making fun of each other, and it was just a lot of fun. And that is what this is all about. That's why this home is here. It's for family times like this, and I truly enjoy it. I have a few updates for you. Last time I was up here, we were working on putting up the new door, which we got up. I just got to clean it. We also worked on trim work. I finished gluing down the floor, and the night we were working on the trim, we decided to stay the night up here. So we had new mattresses that I had just purchased. They were $250 for a mattress and box spring, which is super cheap. It's just a basic bed. It's nothing like super comfortable or anything like that, but it works for what we will be using it for. We didn't need anything fancy. When we do stay up here, it's like for 1 or 2 nights. We're just sleeping and waking up. No different than camping out in a tent. That's kind of how we look at it. So I found those on sale, went and grabbed them, and then we went ahead and set up the bed because we stayed the night that night, and I didn't finish up the trim work. So I'm going to finish nailing that up today, and then I also have a quick makeover to do on a dresser that's up here. I'm trying to use the furniture that's here that's still in decent shape, that I can use, repurpose for the room, so it saves me money, but it also saves it from, getting thrown in the trash. So that's the plan today. And yeah, I'll share with you all the trim. I still have a lot of work to do. now that we have the trim up, I have to do all the caulking of the seams of that because now it looks horrible after I've already done all the other good stuff in here. It looks off. So that'll be later. I'm not going to work on that today because I don't have any with me. And yeah, let me go ahead and show you the bed though. I ended up getting, putting the bed together, and I ran and got some sheets from a local store, and they're actually really cute. They were from a Dollar General. But I mean, for Dollar General sheets, like, you can't beat this. They're really comfortable and they feel like pretty decent quality and they look nice. Okay, so here is what the queen size mattress looks like in here. So it's just, obviously, it's just a basic mattress, nothing fancy, but these are the sheets, and I love them. I think they're really nice for being inexpensive and, you know, for me having to grab them really quickly on the go. By the way, these little container tops are just to keep the bed frame right there from digging into the linoleum. All right, so here is the dresser that I'm going to be doing a makeover on really quickly. What I'm going to work on today is just sanding down the top, getting it all nice and smooth. You can see all of the imperfections on it. I'm going to do the best I can to smooth it out, and then take the handles off, do a fresh coat of paint, seal it, put new handles on, and she should be good as new.
Get my mask. Okay.
So the first thing I'm going to do is just sand down this dresser a little bit. And I wanted to let you guys know that even though I sanded it down, it was still pretty rough because it's like that particle board material. So it just was really rough. But I went ahead and painted it anyway. And here's why. Because the ultimate goal was never to have this space perfect. You know, it was to use what I have on hand, show you how to recreate a space, and from top to bottom by yourself on a budget using what you have around you. And that was my goal from the beginning. So even when I started sanding this dresser down and I was like, man, this is not going to look good, I just quickly reminded myself that it's not the goal to have a perfect space. The goal is to show you what you can do on a limited budget and all by yourself as well. So I really hope that these videos are showing you that no matter what the space looks like before, it has potential. And if you take pride in your space and you put some effort into it, it can be anything you want it to be. So always keep that in mind, and I hope that, you know, maybe you learn a little something along the way while you're watching, and if not, hopefully they're just entertaining, because I really love doing this. I love sharing these videos with you guys. It just really brings me lots of joy to finish up a project and just think to myself, like, I cannot wait to share this with my friends on YouTube. And I always think that as soon as I'm done, I just cannot wait to get a video up. So I'm currently editing this video as fast as I possibly can so I can get this out on Wednesday, which should be the video that you're watching on Wednesday. At least I hope. I'm trying my best. So thank you so much for always being here and supporting my channel and watching. I get just as excited seeing you watching as you probably get excited that I upload a video. So thank you. The color I used was just black. It was a pre-mix color that you can buy at Walmart. I bought it right off the shelf and I love the color, and it's a flat paint. It works just pretty much the same as chalk paint, except that it's a lot cheaper, and in my opinion, it goes a long, long ways. I still have a lot of work to do on this dresser, but I was trying to get a lot of it done when I had a little bit of extra time, so that's why you'll notice I only completed a little bit of it. And then now moving on to this bed, I am just going to stain this a hair darker so that way it blends in a little bit better with the flooring. So you can see I have my whole little setup here. I have like a little sponge, and then I used like an old t-shirt, and I tried a few different methods, but the best method for me with the gel stain was a paintbrush, a very old paintbrush. It just worked the best, and it gave a very natural wood look. By the way, this bed this bed frame I got for free, so I was super excited about that. Free is for me all the time. I love free stuff. I will make something with it, and I can never turn down free stuff. My husband got a coffee table off the side of the road. He called me, and I'm like, why would you even ask? Like, you should just know. This lady and her husband was carrying it out to the road, and he was on a job, and he's like, hey babe, they're carrying out this like really nice coffee table. Do you want me to grab it? I'm like, are you kidding? Yes. I'm like, I'll paint it. I'll share a video on it. And I did. I have a video on that. But it's just funny because anytime someone asks me if I want something for free, I cannot say no. Even if I really don't need it. Why am I like this? I don't know. I could have an entire furniture shop just because of all the stuff that I see on the side of the road that is in great condition, the amount of people who move in and move out of places that pile up all their furniture outside or estate sales. It's insane around here where I live. So there's always a good deal out there to be found. But anyway, I'm finishing this up. As soon as I'm done with this, I am going to paint the door that I stained in the room, this closet door, white. So originally I stained it with the gel stain in the color dark walnut. And when I first stained the door, it had a very really nice brown color, but it soaked into this type of wood a lot more than it did on even the bed frame, and it pretty much turned black. There was just a few areas that, like certain lighting, it would look a little brown, but it looked black in person especially, and it was just too dark for a closet door that has white surrounding it. Had the closet been painted the wall color, I don't think it would have been as bad, but it was just stark white and then stark black. And a lot of you also pointed it out in my last video, so thank you for all of your constructive criticism. Sometimes I might not agree whenever you leave the comment, and that happens. I mean, everybody's opinions are different. Everyone has different thoughts and stuff like that. That's what makes the world go round. Can you imagine if we all just agreed on everything, how boring the world would be? But anyway, a lot of you pointed it out, and after thinking about it, after adding in some decor that was darker, I realized that the door definitely needed to be painted or replaced, and since I'm trying to save money, I decided to paint it. So that door will definitely need a few coats, but I was kind of running out of time on this day. So the last thing I'm going to do is spray paint these knobs black. These are the knobs that go on the closet door, and just to save money, I just grabbed an old can of spray paint that had some left over and just did a quick coat on these. So that's going to be it for part 5 of this bedroom makeover. I feel like this past week has just been a little bit more slow going, or actually the past few weeks, because it's been bigger, more tedious work. I'm ready to get to the decor parts, and I know a lot of you are as well. You're probably like, come on, Carrie, like, let's see the decor, but it's just, it takes time, especially when you're working on a budget. You have to kind of gather things slowly but surely, because you're trying to find them cheaper than you would if you just walked into a store and bought it all new. So sometimes it takes me a little bit longer, but the end result is budget friendly and turns out really nice. So I also wanted to mention that I do have a video coming up soon where I will be shopping for the new rug, some bedding, curtains, and possibly a little bit of decor. I'm going to try to use what's around the home just so it saves me more money, but I may find a few items, so I will be sharing that soon. But thank you guys so much for being here today. Let me know what you think so far, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!